This is the second present subjunctive video, and in this video we'll be talking about exactly when we use the subjunctive mood. Here's when you use the subjunctive mood. There's a lot of different uses for the subjunctive in Spanish, and we're going to be exploring each use at a time. But just to give you a general overview, we use the subjunctive when a sentence has more than one verb, but only sometimes. A sentence has more than one subject, most of the time. When the speaker is expressing doubt or making a recommendation, all the time. When the speaker is not familiar with the person he or she is talking about, all the time. And when the action that the speaker is talking about has not happened yet, all the time. Here's a fun way to remember when to use the subjunctive. You can think of the subjunctive as uniting two separate clauses. Clause number 1 is independent and don't need no man. Clause 2 is dependent on the relationship and can't stand alone. Remember, you can never use the subjunctive as the only verb in the sentence. So clause 1 says, I hope, and that's a perfectly okay sentence. But clause 2 says, we to eat cake, and that doesn't make any sense. But clause 1 and clause 2 are united by the word que to form a complete coherent sentence. I hope that we eat cake. In English, we take out the that a lot. We could just say, I hope we eat cake. But in Spanish, the que is absolutely necessary. Wedding is also a handy acronym to remember some of the uses for the subjunctive mood. The W stands for wish. And you use wish when you're using any conjugation of the verb esperar. I have here espero que, which means I hope, or I wish. The E stands for emotion. So this is any kind of statement that's got emotion attached to it, like es triste que means it's sad that. Es interesante que means it's interesting that. And es sorprendente que means it's surprising that. But really you can use any adjective that describes emotion. The first D stands for doubt. And obviously the expressions that you would use express doubt. Dudo que means I doubt. No creo que means I don't think that. And no pienso que also means I don't think that. The second D stands for desire. So this is the speaker, the person saying the sentence, is wanting somebody to do something else. Quiero que means I want that. Usually I want you or I want him or her to do something. Me dicen que, this is somebody else is telling me to do something. And recomiendo que, recommending that somebody does something is also desiring that they do that thing. The I stands for impersonal statement. So these are things that are generally recognized as good things to do. Es importante que, it's important that. Es necesario que, it's necessary that. There are more impersonal statements, but I couldn't fit them on this slide. A good one is es bueno que, and the opposite, es malo que. The N stands for negation. So basically, any of the above with a no in front. No es cierto que means it's not true that. No insiste en que means they don't insist that. And no digo que means I don't say that. And then finally, G is God willing, and that's an expression in Spanish that's ojalá. And it's just something that exists in Spanish. You say ojalá, and then you can go right into the subjunctive, or you say ojalá que, and then the subjunctive verb. And that's just, it's not any God in particular, it's just sort of like, I really hope so. Ahora vamos a practicar. So what I want you to do is for each sentence in the subjunctive, tell me which letter of wedding the sentence represents. Quiero que tú compres los perritos calientes. This represents desire because it's saying I want you to buy the hot dogs. Número 2. Dudo que los niños hagan la tarea. This is the other D, doubt, because it's saying I doubt that the kids do their homework. Número 3. Ojalá que ellos tengan el paraguas. This one is G, God willing. It's saying that, boy, I hope to God that they have their umbrellas. And then finally, número 4. Es importante que tú pagues la comida. This is an impersonal statement because it's saying that it is important. We don't know who's talking, we don't know who the it is, but everybody knows that it's important to pay for your food.